Sefer Shoftim, Perek Daled, video number 3, Psukim Yud through Tet Zayin, the war. Pasuk Yud. Vayazek Barak et Zvulun v'et Naftali Kedsha. Barak gathered, he called, he summoned the tribes of Zvulun and Naphtali to the city of Kadesh, the soldiers that he was gathering. Vaya'al biraglav Aseret alfei ish, so 10,000 men followed him. Vata'al imo Dvorah, and Dvorah went with him as well. So here are the soldiers going, and here is Barak going. Perhaps he summoned them through blowing shofar, and here is Dvorah going, all going to Kadesh as instructed. Pasuk Yud Aleph. Notice this pasuk is in parentheses because it is a parenthetical statement. We don't know what it gives to the story now, but we will see later that we have to know this to understand what happens later. V'chever hakeni nifrad mikayin. There was a gentleman named Chever hakeni, here he is. He said goodbye to Kayin, who may have been a person, or the group of Canaanites, a clan that he had belonged to, and he moved away from the other Cani people. And they were all Mibnei Chovav Chotein Moshe. They were descended from Chovav, Moshe's father-in-law. We know Moshe's father-in-law as Yitro, Jethro, but he was also known as Chovav. He had 7 names according to the rabbis. What did Chever do when he moved away from that group? Vayet aholo, he pitched his tent, he moved his tent, ad Elon B'Tza'ananim Asheret Kedesh. He moved to a place called Elon B'Tza'ananim, which was right near Kedesh. So he's moving his tent. And Kadesh is right where the war is going to be. And therefore we know that something concerning them will connect to the war. Pasuk Yud Bet. Vayagidu l'Sisra, they told Sisra. Who told him? We don't know exactly. It might have been his spies. Somebody told Sisra. Who knows? Maybe it was a letter sent to Sisra. And what did they tell him? Ki Allah Barak ben Avinoam Har Tavor. Look out for Barak. He has gone up to Har Tavor and he's gathering an army. You better look out. And now that Sisra knows, Pasuk Yud Gimel, he answers in kind. Vayazek Sisra et kol richbo. He gathered his own army, all of his chariots, and there were a lot of them, as we learned. Cha meot rechev barzel, 900 iron chariots. V'et kol amo asher ito, and all of his people, all of his soldiers. And he took them mecharoshet hagoyim, which is where they were, El Nachal Kishon, all the way to Nachal Kishon. So here his chariots are going, and here his soldiers are going, and here Sisra himself is going to Nachal Kishon exactly as Dvorah said she would lure him to Barak. Pasuk Yudaled, Vatomer Dvorah el Barak, Kum! She said to Barak, Arise, ki zeh hayom asher natan Hashem et Sisra biyadecha. This is the day that Hashem gives you Sisra in your hand. It gives you victory over Sisra. You will have him where you want him. Halo Hashem yatsa lafanecha. God is going before you, going ahead of you. Vayered Barak mehar Tavor. And so Barak descended from Har Tavor. Va'aseret alafim ish acharav, and his 10,000 troops followed him. Pasuk Tetvav. Vayahom Hashem et Sisra v'et kol harechev v'et kol hamachaneh. God made confusion, mehuma, descend upon Sisra and his chariots and all of his soldiers. So they didn't know which way to turn, which way they were going. The world was spinning around them, and they all were confused and fell lefi cherev lifnei Barak, by the sword before Barak. And Sisra himself, Vayered Sisra, he descended me'al hamerkava, from his chariot, because his chariot wasn't doing too well. Vayanos biraglav, and he fled on foot. Some say that there was a flash flood, and the chariots couldn't travel. And so he left his chariot, and which way did he go? You guessed it, right towards Chever HaKeni. Pasuk Tet Zayin. Uvarak, but Barak did not let him just go and escape. Radaf acharei harechav v'acharei hamachane. He pursued the chariots, he pursued the soldiers, ad charoshet hagoyim, all the way till their home headquarters at charoshet hagoyim. And he didn't let them get home safely. Vayipol kol machane Sisra lefi cherev. All of his camp of war, all the soldiers fell and were killed by Barak. Lo nish'ar ad echad, not a single one was left, and it was a great victory.